Hi, I'm Richard Sanders. Welcome to the bonus section of Extreme Burn 2.0. I'm talking to you from my secret studio located 2,000 feet below sea level and no elevators. You're in for a treat. In this bonus section, we're going to discuss first of all a few really cool handling variations for the underground change. We're also going to discuss how to work with magazines, paper to bills, etc. We do a little workshop on that, in addition to a lot of other goodies. And most importantly, we're going to discuss hand-out solutions for your extreme burn. That's right, you're going to be able to perform extreme burn and immediately hand out the bills for complete examination. In addition to some very cool resets after you actually hand out the bills. So a lot of great stuff here. Let's get down to it. This is Extreme Burn 2.0, the bonus section. So let's take a look at what we're going to need to get started. First thing, you'll see a little wallet. This comes with your Extreme Burn kit. This is a little wallet with two clear compartments. What you're going to do, on one side, you're just going to put some ID or credit card, or whatever you're comfortable with, in one side. And the other side, of course, is going to be for your bills. And this handy wallet is really great because, one, keeps your Extreme Burn gimmicks totally protected. Throw it in your pocket. It's ultra thin. Doesn't interfere with your other stuff. You're not going to nick or scratch your bills or, bend them out of shape. Secondly, this wallet is going to allow you to secretly steal the gimmick out during a handout sequence, so you won't have to palm the bills. This basically is your ultimate accessory for Extreme Burn. So get those credit cards in there and let's begin. So first thing I'm going to discuss, there is a minor change to the setup of your bills. And that change basically in a nutshell is you're going to add one extra bill to the compartment that you're changing into. So in other words, look, I've got 4 regular bills and my gimmick. Okay, so 4 loose bills and the gimmick. The bills I'm changing into, incidentally, are 20s, and on that side I have 5 loose bills and my gimmick. So basically you're going to add one extra bill to the bills that you're changing into. So if you're changing into 50s, you'll add an extra 50. Changing 100s, you'll add an extra 100. I'm using 20s, so I add one extra 20 into the mix, throw that in, set it all up, and that is your new Extreme Burn setup. Basically, with the one extra bill in there, this will allow you ultimate flexibility in that you can hand out the bills for complete examination anytime you want, or you don't have to. You can do a regular routine where you change the bills, then maybe change them back. But this new setup will allow you maximum flexibility. And this is the setup that I use for Extreme Burn all the time now. So let's get into the details. Here we go. Okay, let's put away the card tricks. Something a little more serious. Cold hard cash. Check this out. Got a bunch of $1 bills here, okay? I want you to watch these closely, just some $1 bills. Nothing else in my hand, just the bills. In fact, I'm going to hold them out here so you can see them better. Okay, watch this. I'm going to do this really slowly. 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. And I'm not kidding. Check it out. Every single bill has changed. Isn't that nuts? The best part, you can totally hand these out for complete examination. They're all real. This is Extreme Burn, the new hand-out technique. Hey man, let me show you something with some money. Can you hold on to that for? Thanks. A couple of $1 bills, okay? Check this out, just some $1 bills, okay? I want you to watch my hands, watch the bills. In fact, I'm going to hold this out in full view so you can see everything. No cover, no folding, no nothing. Watch this. 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. And I'm not kidding. Check it out. Every single bill has changed. You know what the best part is? You can totally examine everything. So let's get into the handout technique. First thing you're going to do is remove the wallet from your pocket. Bills are all contained in this. It feels really nice. You remove the bills from the wallet, and then you're either going to hand the wallet to a spectator nearby within easy reach, like a spectator right near you, or you're going to place, that's not available, place the wallet on the table within easy reach. And that's it. So once you've done that, you count out the bills as you normally would for extreme burn. Okay? The only thing that I tend to do here, I don't count out the bills numerically anymore. I just show them. I said, look, I got a bunch of $1 bills. You show them any way you want, any of the counts. You come over and you get into get ready position. Okay? Once you're in get ready position, now you're going to initiate one of the changes. We'll do, let's say, the snap change. Boom. The bills change. I immediately show that they've changed with this. This is just a nice move. It's a little bit of a way of showing the bills. Instead of spreading the bills out this way, I just do this with them, which is kind of a pretty show. And at the same time, the problem I found, I have a little problem sometimes when I spread them out this way, in that these bills jet out a bit and you really got to cover your angles. So this is just a much easier angle-friendly show to immediately show that the bills have changed. Then I flip the bills over and I show that every single bill has changed. That's what I'm doing to the spectators. Now you'll notice when I do this, I'm showing 6 bills. Originally I showed 5 bills. Does anyone know the difference? Answer is nope. Because basically at this point, first of all, they weren't counting the bills to begin with. They don't even know how many bills you showed at the beginning. And secondly, they're freaking out here. They've just seen bills visually change, and now you're showing them that every bill has changed. They're going, oh my God, they're all 20s. So the heat is off for that. Easy to get away with. Now, that is the action it looks like. I said, look, every single bill has changed. That's what it looks like to the spectators. What's actually happening is this. I said, look, every single bill has changed. And what's happened during that sequence, it looks like I've just shown the bills casually. But in fact, I've actually folded the gimmick underneath the bundle right here. So the gimmick in full view is folded underneath the bundle. So let me do that again. It looks totally natural. You're just saying, look, every single bill has changed. Boom. And again, I folded it under the bundle. Okay, so let's get in a little closer and let me show you what's going on here. As I show the bills, I show all the bills except for the gimmick. The gimmick is left in my hand at this point. So I'm just going to look, every single bill has changed. When I get to this position, I've got a bundle of loose bills here, the gimmick here. I'm going to place my hands together. In doing so, my index finger kicks the gimmick up and places it underneath. So in slow motion, that's all that's happening. Every single bill has changed. I'm in this position, push that, and go like that. So the index finger kicks it up as the two hands come together. You've got 2 kinds of misdirection going on here. Well, 3 actually, but the misdirection you've got here is showing the bills like this. Bills are kind of scattered all over the place. You've got this bundle of bills to hide the fact that you fold this over, and you've got the movement of the hands. The hands are in motion. When you come in, that's all that's happening. Boom, boom. Okay, so it's the misdirection of the hands here and the bunch of bills that makes the move literally invisible. Now don't forget, you're watching this with the unblinking eye of a camera right now. It's close up, it's really directed on the bills. I have no misdirection, and still the move is pretty much invisible. So imagine this when you're doing for real people. People are talking, you know, there's stuff going on, you're showing the bills, they're freaking out, they're talking. This goes by so invisibly. You'll laugh when you do it to yourself. You just got to get out there and try it. I'm going to show you the same move again close up with a few different angles so you can see the move in action. So again, straight on, boom, excuse me, straight on, look, every single bill has changed. Boom, and it's folded. Let's take it from this side. Every single bill has changed. Boom, folded. Let's do it from the worst angle, okay? From this angle, now let's face it, if I was to count the bills out and do this move, you're going to see this, right? But in natural action, watch, every single bill has changed. Even from that angle, you don't catch it. So again, just to show you the integrity of the move, and we're doing this with the unblinking eye of a camera, and you still can't see it, even from the worst possible angle. So this move is so great because of the fact that it's really all natural. I wanted a move here which would fold the bills without having to do any of these kind of things underneath. I just wanted to be casual in the action of showing the bills have changed. Boom, I do it. So it's the most natural move and the easiest to pull off. Just get out there, try this. You'll see how simple it is. So you've done the move. You secretly folded it underneath. Now, remember, to the audience, nothing has happened yet. First, they're not aware of a gimmick. Second, they're not aware that a gimmick is actually folded underneath your bills. What they are aware of is you showed $1 bills. They visually, like a special effect, changed into 20s, 100s, 50s, whatever it is, and there they are. Okay. At this point, I can totally hand these out for examination if I want to. And of course, what I've done there is I've secretly copped off the gimmick. Okay? This is one of the techniques. So in actual speed, it would look like this. So even right from the change, you're here, bam, you've changed them to 20s, and check it out. Every single bill has changed. Isn't that nuts? Take a look. Boom. In a totally natural action, I've palmed off the gimmick, and I can hand them out for examination. So it's like a 1-2 punch. Boom, they change, hand them out. Let me show you what a copping technique or what this palming technique is all about. So you're here, 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 here. You do the fold over. Boom. You're in this position. Okay? Now, you'll notice with the bills in this position, they're actually in perfect cop position. Because once it's folded, you'll notice underneath here, they are actually in what is called cop position. This is cop position. My fingers on one side, thumb on the other. From the front, you don't see anything. Okay? And that is where the bills end up. Okay? So all I have to do is pull these bills up and away like this and let this hand fall to the side naturally. So let's take a different angle on this. So what it looks like is this. When they're copped, boom. Totally natural. If you're dealing with a spectator in front of you, boom. Again, I'll take it from the front so you see the whole thing. Every single bill is changed, boom, and here, you can examine them. Doesn't get more natural than that. The thing about the cop is, what's happening is this. Once I pull the bill, all I have to do is pull the bills up like this. This is all that's visible to the spectator, so they don't see any difference. This hand, with the cop bills, just falls to the side like that. And that's what you have to remember. Don't try and do any of these things and get all unnatural. Just let your hand fall to your side. So here's the bills. Pretend I take this away. Don't. Take this away. Boom. Just falls to the side. And remember, all the misdirection is on these bills. So when you do this, here, take a look at them. Boom. Cleanup is really nice because once I start taking a look at them, I immediately go in my pocket to say, where's my wallet? Oh, there's my wallet. And boom. So you just unload them into your pocket in the action of looking for a wallet or whatever it is. But at any rate, all the attention is on the bills anyway. So this is so invisible. And even if they were staring at you, it looks like nothing. Looks like, where's my wallet? And in fact, even if you've got a wallet on you, you could just pull it out your back pocket or whatever it is. Then after they're finished, take the bills, put them inside. And you're clean. So it's a really nice technique on its own, the cop. Very natural and really cool. I'll give it to you right from the point of the change. So it would look like this. There's the bills. Bam. 20s. Check it out. Every single bill has changed. And you can totally hand everything out for examination. Where is that wallet? Ah, there it is. Now, I know there are some people that will not want to do a cop, and I totally respect that, people that don't want to palm anything. And for you guys, we got something really special, and that's where the wallet is going to come into play. And by the way, you can feel free to interchange these techniques. You don't always have to use the same technique. You might feel like copying it one day, you might feel like using a wallet another day. Feel free to switch them up. But here is the wallet steel, and this is really sweet. So, we're going to come in a little closer for this one. You pull the bills out of your wallet. So the wallet is a natural, organic part of the environment right now. So I've handed it to a spectator. Let's say it's on the table for now. So you walk through Extreme Burn the way you normally would, showing the bills. Show them singly, whatever you want to do. Get into your get ready position. Change the bills. Boom. 20s. Get into the same get ready position. All the bills have changed. You now have the gimmick folded underneath. Now, to the audience, all that's happened at this point is you've shown bills. Boom, they've immediately changed to 20s. All I do here now, either I would grab the wallet from the spectator or take the wallet from the table as if I'm cleaning up the effects over, and I'm going to put this wallet in my pocket. Now, I want to put it in this left-hand pocket in my jacket. Or if I'm just wearing jeans, I want to put it in my jean pocket or my jean back pocket, but on the left-hand side. In order to do that, because the bills are in this hand, I only have my right hand free, so I grab the wallet, and I can't quite do this. It looks stupid. So the only way to get this in my pocket on the left-hand side is to put it in my left hand and put it there. But my left hand has bills in it. So what am I going to do? Well, I'll just free up the hand by grabbing the bills so that it could put the wallet in the pocket. And that is the move. It's very simple. It's very well motivated. So let's try that one more time. The gimmick is folded underneath. Just take the wallet and put it in my pocket. And that's it. You're done. Talk about a natural and really motivated switch out. This is it. What's really unique and nice about this unloading technique is it's dead natural. It doesn't look like a move. It doesn't look like anything. It looks like you're just putting your wallet away. And that's what you want to try and do in this move. So what I don't want to see you guys doing is, I don't want you to make this a move. Don't go, I have to put the wallet here now, and now I'm going to steal it. And now, no, that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is think about this, know it, and then don't think about it again. You don't want to think about this. You want it to be body memory. So, like when I do it, I don't even look at the bills. I'm looking at the spectators. Isn't that crazy? And put the wallet away. And I'm communicating with them, so the wallet looks like nothing. It just looks like you're putting it away. Because it's so natural, what ends up happening is, not only is the move not seen, it's not even imagined. It's not even, there's not even a suspicion in their mind that anything has happened. So not only is it invisible, but it's invisible in their minds because it's a natural action. So that's really what you want to emulate. So again, I know I'm doing this a few times, but I really want you to get the timing of it. Timing is such that you don't even care. You're just like, hey, there it is, put that away. You know, boom, and throw it in your pocket. If you've got jeans, throw it in your back pocket, and that's it. You ditch both things. Technically, let me show you what's going on here. I think it's pretty straightforward, but just so you understand, the gimmick is folded underneath. All I do, I put the wallet on top of the bills for a moment. And then I grab the bills with my right hand. Now, as you'll see underneath, the gimmick, the wallet goes over. The wallet, of course, covers the gimmick, right? So when I place it underneath, there it is. I then pull this out. I'm actually pulling it out like from a little sandwich here. So there's no move. You don't have to do anything. Just pull them out, and this goes south into the wallet, into the pocket, and that's it. So that's it. I'm going to show you from underneath. Here's what's happening. Come over, place this here. This gets pulled out as this goes south, and that's it. So that is the move. It's a really sweet little sequence. I really tried to map it out so everything is not only is the move covered, but the motivation is covered. So remember, from the audience's point of view, what they see, you've just shown bills, you snap your fingers, bam, they visually change to 20s. Every single bill has changed. Isn't that crazy? Nuts. And the best part, you can totally examine them. Boom. So talk about natural, and you're done. The bills are completely examinable, and the wallet and the gimmick are gone, and you're clean. So this is a great handout solution for extreme burn. Two things I want to talk to you about right now. One, I've noticed that you don't have to limit yourself to using like 4 or 5 bills in your extreme burn gimmick. Why not change like a whole slew of bills, like 8, 9, 10 bills? You can do it with extreme burn. I'm going to show you how to do this and what it looks like. In addition, I'm going to show you what I call the 2-step unloading of the gimmick using the wallet. This is a sweet move. You can apply it to certainly a lot of bills, and you can also apply it to the regular handout solution with the wallet if you're only using 4 or 5 bills. Either way, let's get into it. I'll show you what it is. Hey, check this out, guys. I actually collect $1 bills. I know that sounds nuts, and no, I'm not criminally insane. For some reason, I collect $1 bills. Now, there's actually a reason here. It's not the denomination that I'm concerned about. It's the paper. See, once you have the right paper, you can do anything with these things. I'll show you what I mean. Watch the ones. Get ready. I just shake them on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Isn't that crazy? $20 bills, man. Nuts. And the best part, you can totally examine them. Check them out, man. They're totally normal. Every single bill has changed. So as I explained, you can totally put a whole bunch of bills in your gimmick for extreme burn. So like I said, normally I'm carrying 4 loose bills and my gimmick for a total of 5 on one side, and on the other side I'm carrying 6. Feel free to throw in a bunch of other ones. So I'm throwing in another 3 ones. I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. On my 20 side, I'm going to add another 3 or 4 as well. Doesn't really matter, just as long as you got a bunch of bills. They don't have to be exactly the same amount. Could be the same amount, whatever you want to do. I now got a much more bills in here. It's a little thicker, but no problem. This goes in the wallet, same way. And boom, you come out, you count out your bills. Same technique, boom, 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 boom. You show a whole bunch of bills. The beautiful part about this is, I mean, your gimmick is lost in this slew of bills. So if you're worried about the gimmick, even though the gimmick is slightly thicker, but still relatively thin when you flatten it out here, but it's lost in this pile of bills, so don't worry about it. You show the bills, get into Get Ready the same way you would, show the bills, and initiate one of the changes, and boom, they see them just change to 20s. Or hundreds, or whatever it is. If you're going to do this with hundreds, by the way, it's going to be an expensive trick. The beauty of doing this with 20s is the whole trick costs you about $200. But to me, it's got the same impact of using 5 100s, because you end up with this load of 20s at the end. So same technique. When you go through the bills here, you don't even have to count them singly. I just count bunches of bills to get to this point so that I can do the move. So it's just like, boom, they change. Look, every single bill changed. It's nuts. Boom. I'm now in position. The gimmick is folded underneath. Now this is the 2-step unload. And again, as I mentioned, you can apply this if you only have 4 or 5 bills as well. And what you're going to do is just immediately, you've just changed the bills, immediately hand out 1, 2, 3 bills to the audience and say, look, they're real. They go do that. On that offbeat, you're just cleaning up. You're casually putting your wallet away like this, and boom. What you've done, of course, is unload the gimmick again using the same technique, but it's a slightly different timing in that the timing now, talk about offbeat. They're looking at these bills. You've got all the misdirection in the world to casually put this away, and that's that. And then you immediately come back and go, in fact, here, take a look at all of them. Boom. and you've thrown all the bills down and your hands are completely empty. Now the beauty of this two-step unload is it provides a little extra misdirection for the move, which incidentally already works flawlessly as it is. But I started experimenting with this and I really like the flow of it. Certainly works very well with the multiple bill. What it does have going for it, which is nice, and this is something you might want to apply to any of your handouts, is the fact that what the audience is left with, the impression the audience is left with, when I say they're left with the same impression with either technique, but what you get to experience is you get to change the bills, boom, and then show that they're all completely changed and immediately hand them out. So to the audience, you've just changed them and immediately you hand out bills. No hesitation. Then use the offbeat to put the wallet away. Once they're already looking at the bills, then you come back almost an instant later to show all the bills and your hands are empty. So think about this from the image that the spectator is seeing. Spectator sees you, boom, visually change bills. Immediately hand them some of those bills to look at and then hand the rest of the bills to them and your hands are empty. So from their point of view, they've just seen you change bills visually, hand them immediately, hand the rest of the bills, and you're empty. So there's no evidence of any gimmicks, anything. And because again that unload move is so natural, especially on the offbeat, there is nothing to see because it's so natural. So this is a really nice technique and it's a two-stepper. And incidentally, as I said, you can use this same technique, apply it to the 4 or 5 bills, in that what I'll do is I'll just go and boom, they change. In fact, here, take a look and I'll hand 2 of them, then do the switch out and hand the other 3 to them immediately afterwards. So feel free to use these techniques. Play with all of them. I'm telling you, have fun with these. You can use them interchangeably. Once you understand them, you can use this one time, another time. Feel free to kind of freestyle it a little bit. Here's some Canadian money. That's right. Don't adjust your set. You are actually seeing blue bills. These are actually $5 bills Canadian. Check it out. There's 5, 10, 15, 20, $25 Canadian. What can you do with these? Well, not much. Here's what I like to do. I like to use the paper. Watch. I'm just going to shake them. 20s, and I'm not kidding. Check this out. The best part about this whole thing is you can totally examine these. Check them out. They are real bills. That's the beauty of this. You can examine every single bill. This, of course, is the handout solution using Canadian money. Here's a really nice idea for a ditch. If you're copying the bills off and you want to get rid of them without going to your pockets, neodymium magnet. Place a neodymium magnet, which is basically a strong magnet, inside your back pocket. Now, you can actually place it specifically in a specific spot in your pocket by taking an index card or a playing card or something and taping the magnet to the card in the spot that you want, and then the card goes in and the magnet will rest exactly where you want it. I want it so that when my hand comes down, that's the area it's going to hit. So I positioned it here. I'm just doing it roughly here so you'll see it. I just put it loosely in my pocket, but it's around there. Okay? Because the beauty of Extreme Burn is the gimmick itself, specifically the new thin gimmick, is attracted to a magnet. So what that allows you to do is, once you do one of the changes, let's get into a change position here. Let's just change it up a little bit here. Take the bills, boom, they change. So they've changed, boom. When I cop this away, the gimmick itself will be in such a position that the metal piece is on the side facing you, or on the palm. Okay, so that's where the gimmick is. When it hits a neodymium magnet, or I'm just using neodymium, but when it hits a magnet, because the gimmick is on the outside, this side, the magnet is on the inside, it traps everything in between on the magnet, so nothing falls out. So boom, it really just traps it in there. So it's a great way to unload your gimmick. So as an example, you show all the bills have changed, boom, you get into your get ready position and you hand them out. The cop happens here. As your hand goes down, you're going to just click it onto the neodymium magnet. So it looks like this, and you come away clean and hand out your bills. When actual performance, remember the gimmick is underneath. All you have to do at this point, cop it off, hand drops, and boom, you come away totally clean. And of course, it is on the magnet behind you. So leaves you perfectly clean, and as you see from that demo, it's totally natural. Your hand just drops and comes back, and that's it. This next little technique is something I'm really excited about because this allows you maximum flexibility with the extreme burn gimmick. So let's say you've done one of the techniques we're going to use. Let's say you've shown your $1 bills. You've counted them out. I'm just going to get into position. You've done some kind of dramatic change. Boom. You've shown that every single bill has changed. You get rid of the wallet, hand the bills out for complete examination. They've all changed. Boom. They examine it, effects over, great. Now, let's say you're doing table hopping. Is this a practical solution? You know, with any type of trick that you have to reset, where you have to go somewhere, pull something out of your pocket, adjust something there, it's not absolutely practical. Sure, it can be done, but as most of my magic, I like it to really you know, play as big as it can and be reset so you can do it over and over in real working conditions. So what do you do here? Here's the solution. So imagine this, the spectators have just examined the bills. What do? You grab them again, grab your wallet, go to put the bills away. But you say, you know what, before I put them away, let me show you one last thing. Now remember, you just examined these bills, right? They were just regular $20 bills. You checked them out yourself, right? So then you'll have to admit that this is impossible because these are just $1 bills, like I showed you at the beginning. Boom. Guess what? I'm totally reset now. I can actually do this walk around table hopping. So you have the option that you can actually do a complete handout and then right in front of their eyes reload it and change them back into ones if you want as an afterthought, and then back in the pocket you're ready to go. So let's get into how we do this. So we're in the position where the bills are handed out for examination. The wallet is in your pocket. Now to do this, and by the way, everything that happens here is completely covered. Why? Because the trick is over. In their mind, their attention is dipped. There's nothing happening right now. So I grab the bills, and what do I have to do? I'm going to put them back in my wallet. So I reach in my pocket and pull out my wallet. I'm going to go to put them inside my wallet. What I've actually done is reloaded the gimmick back onto the bills. And remember, this is all natural. And remember, very importantly, the effect is over. No one is even watching at this point, really. I mean, they might be watching peripherally, but they're not examining your actions at this point. So basically that's what happens. So here I am. This is in my pocket. Now whether this is in your pocket, jacket pocket, jeans pocket, whatever it is, these will not stray far from each other when you put them in your pocket. It's either going to move slightly this way or that way, but because of a pocket, they're basically going to stay beside each other. So all I have to do is just scoop them up like that. So again, I'm scooping it up underneath the wallet. So I grab it out of the wallet, the bills are in my hand, and I casually place it over, of course these are underneath, I casually place it over the bills for a moment, and I place it on the bottom side of the bills as I then move this into my other hand and kind of wrist turn a little bit to cover the placement of the gimmick. So again, you're basically just doing this, just casual, just putting it aside. You say, actually before I put them away, you get an afterthought. So now all you're going to do is, it's not even a move here. I'm going to basically fold the bills in, I want to basically grab that and unfold it out. So I want to unfold the gimmick, okay, right at just at the 20 side. So boom, I just reach in and do that, okay? So like I said, it's not really a move. To the audience, you've just come over, tricks over, you say, look, actually before I put the bills away, it looks like you're just fiddling with the bills, and I've just unfolded it. So from the side, I just do that. All I have to do now is place the gimmick onto the bottom of the pile. That's it, just as I'm toying with the bills and talking with them. So it'd be something like, and you guys examine these bills, they're just normal bills, right? $20 bills. Now all I do is fold them up, get into get ready position again. So now I'm ready to change them into ones. So they just examined these 20s, and now, bam, I change them back into $1 bills right in front of their eyes. And now, guess what? When this goes back into the gimmick, you are completely reset. So talk about practical from a psychological point of view. You've done the maximum effect. You've changed ones into 20s and had them examine, or 50s, 100s, whatever it is. Had them examine it. Had them examine the bills. The effect's over. Then, as an afterthought, you go, you know what? You just examined these, right? So this is impossible. Boom. And you just, boom, sucker punch right out from underneath. They never expected to see it coming. And bam, you just change them back into ones again. And you throw them back in your pocket. So for me personally, I don't think it takes away from the integrity of a memorable effect of them, if you changing bills in the hundreds. They're still going to walk away, the guy changed them in the hundreds, man. And then they'll, you know, then they go, oh my, he just changes, they just change, man. So it's a very strong effect. And that second one really just catches them off guard, leaves them with a super visual sucker punch change at the end, and leaves you completely reset. So all in all, very, very strong. Give this a try, and you can work the handout, table hopping, or walk around. Here's another handout technique, and this one relies more on subtlety rather than sleight of hand. And this is blatantly done right in the open. You're going to get rid of the gimmick right in the open in front of them. Same setup, 5 bills on one side, 6 on the other. In this presentation, you're going to count out the exact number of bills specifically. It's integral to the presentation. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 $1 bills. I carry these with me wherever I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a reason for this. I like the paper. These $1 bills have the perfect paper. If I hold them up, watch what I can do. Take these 5 bills, just do this. 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. Isn't that crazy? And they're real. Just like I said, look, 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. What? Got an extra bill here. That's how they get an extra bill. Well, I'll take it. And boom. You now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 totally examinable bills. You can spend and do whatever you want with them. Of course, this routine works on subtlety rather than sleight of hand. You are blatantly putting the gimmick in your pocket. This is a really cool technique. It flies by layman. It is so natural. I think that's the key to it. It's just so natural and nonchalant. So of course what I'm doing is I'm changing the bills. Boom. Come over. Take the one, put it on the bottom. As I say, real bills. And now I'm just going to do the count where I count 1, 2, 3, 4. As I go to take number 5, I'm actually taking the whole gimmick, 5. And that leaves me with an extra bill, 6, at the end. It goes 6. And I stress this moment. That's where I kind of show the bill and show the singularity of it. Because it's almost an optical illusion that the bill I'm showing here later on will be the bill I put in my pocket. There's just some weird connection that's made after the fact. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And even if that's not the connection made for the spectator, they just saw single bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, an extra one. The gimmick is now on the bottom, so now when I go, how did I get an extra one? Oh well, I'll take it. and you just casually spread to the bottom, fold your gimmick in, and put it in your pocket. It's really your attitude here. It's like, how did I get an extra one? Oh well, hey, I'll take it. And boom, you pocket it. Like it wasn't supposed to be part of the mix, but you got an extra bill out of the deal. And you're left with 5 totally examinable bills. So that's a nice way to handle the handout as well. If you're really concerned about this, you could have an extra real bill in your pocket, and then you say, in fact, and then maybe grab the real one out of your pocket at the end and say, wow, I'm pretty lucky, made 120 out of that, and throw it into the mix and get rid of it, pocket it, I mean. This is a really nice technique to use to kind of accentuate the moment of the change. And let's go down, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you've got the bills in position, and instead of changing them right away, here's what I like to do. Watch this. I'm changing them into 20s, and this is what I do. Watch. 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. Boom. So the technique, of course, is very simple. You're in position. You're just doing this, of course. You're doing nothing. It's almost like a metronome, I guess. It's like 20, 40, 60, 80. Now, the key to making this, I think, look really cool and really like a special effect is to hit the change on the same beats as 20, 40, 60, 80. So when you get to 100, 100 has to be the same beat. So you're going to be like 20, 40, 60, 80, and boom, you want to hit it right there on 100. It just makes it work so well. What's nice about this, of course, on 100, all I'm doing is initiating any change. So it could be the snap change, it can be the flick change, it can be any number of changes you want to do, but it's got to hit on that beat. So 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. Now the key to this is, first of all, what's nice about this is when you do this, they don't know what you're doing. There's intrigue here, like, what the heck is he doing? So it brings focus to the bills. It's a mystery. It's like 20, 40, 60, 80. What is he talking about? It's only when you snap your fingers and initiate that change, boom, on the beat of 100, and then show them the bills that suddenly they realize, oh my God, he's got 100. And it all kind of falls together in their mind at that point. Because before that, they're not sure, what is he talking about? So it's like 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. So everything falls together at that exact moment of the change. It's just really, really beautiful. It's like a movie where suddenly all the pieces fall together and fall into place. So, and the key to it, if you'll notice, is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 change dollars. So I've timed it so that it changes before I'm even finished my sentence, because I want to be showing the bills when I say dollars. So 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. Bam. Really pretty change. You can also adopt it. It doesn't have to be a 24. If you're doing hundreds, it could be 100, 200, 300, 400, $500 as an example. If you're doing it, if you don't want to bring attention to an exact figure, you can do it. They're going to change on the count of 3. Watch. 1, 2, 3, and boom. So same idea. A little something to try with your Extreme Burn.
Now, what if you want to perform Extreme Burn without a handout? Let's say you want to just change $1 bills into hundreds or 20s or whatever it is, and then change them back into ones. Maybe that's your routine. Can you still do it with the 5 and 6 bill configuration? And the answer is, of course you can. And I'm going to show you how simple this is. Because like I said, this is the way that I carry my Extreme Burn now. It gives you flexibility to just do a regular routine, or you could do a handout. And everything is just self-contained here. So imagine you want to do Extreme Burn without a handout. You have 2 options. One is to show the bills without counting them. So in other words, I'm just showing $1 bills here. Okay? I don't make reference to the number. I just say, look, I got a bunch of $1 bills here. Okay? Watch close. And boom. You get into your get ready position and you say, watch. No moves, no nothing. Watch the bills. Change. That's it. 20s. Look at this. Every single bill has totally changed. And that's it. So if you'll notice, what I've done is blatantly counted out the 6 bills after the fact to show that everyone has changed. Again, after the change, check it out, real bills. Every single bill has totally changed. Boom. Or you might want to use that counting procedure that we use in Extreme Burn, which is to show the bill real bills, and check it out, every single bill has totally changed. Boom. And again, I'm counting out very blatantly 6 bills. The fact that I showed 5 initially and 6 now, does anyone notice? The answer is no. And the reason for this is because, from an audience perspective, first of all, you never made mention of the amount of bills initially. They just saw cleanly $1 bills, and now they see cleanly $20 bills or $100 bills or whatever you're using. And that's all they're concerned about, because remember, from the audience's perspective, you just went boom and changed these into visually into another bill, like 20s. They're just looking and going, oh my God, wait a minute, where's the one? They're all 20s, boom. That's what their mind is focused on, that they're all this 20s or hundreds. The number does not come into play. So that's totally the way I handle it if I don't count the bills, and then you're free, to show the bills. Every bill is changed, and then you can totally come back and change the bills back into ones if you want, and again show them every bill is changed. And again, no one notices a discrepancy between the 5 and the 6. Here's a little tip too. If by fluke, tremendous fluke, you get the Rain Man in the audience, he goes, hey, you have an extra bill. This is a great excuse to actually pocket the gimmick. What do I mean by that? Let's say you did this, you showed the bills, you got into your position, you did your change, boom, and now you showed every single bill has totally changed. And then in the audience you hear, excuse me, sir, you have 6 bills, I am the Rain Man. I don't know why I talked like that when I said that, but I did. Sorry about that. Anyways, then at that point you would just be like, oh really? Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God, I do have an extra bill. Excellent, I'll keep that. And boom, pocket the gimmick. To them it looks like there's single bills anyways, so just pocket the gimmick and go, great, an extra. And now you're left totally clean. So this is a really nice situation. If you're ever in a remote situation where someone calls you on it, just do that. You're clean. And just end the routine here. Now, the other procedure is you're going to use a false count. So you can actually count the bills out singly as 5 bills, and then you're going to show them as 5 20s or 5 hundreds using a false count. And by the way, incidentally, if you're doing this for YouTube or you're doing this for television, etc., I recommend you use the false count because of the fact that, on video you can fast forward, freeze frame, etc., slow motion, watch it 8 zillion times, and eventually they're going to figure out that you showed 5 and then 6. So if that's a concern, best to use a false count. It looks like this. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 $1 bills. That's all I carry with me. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. Look, I do this. I keep these bills for the paper, and I'll show you why. Watch these bills change. 20s. Not kidding. Real bills. Check it out. 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. Boom. As you can see, I've just very cleanly counted these as not just 5 bills, but 5 single bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, $5. Boom. Or 520, sorry. So that's the false count. It's a really slick little false count, and I'll explain it to you. So after the change, you come over, you do one of the changes. Let's say we'll resort to that one, boom, which is a really nice change too. You come over and say real bills. So you turn the bills over, boom, real bills. Put the bill on the bottom. So now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bills, your gimmick, and then a loose bill on the bottom. And here's what you do. You count 1, 2, 3 loose bills. I'm going to come over to pick up the 4th bill. What I'm going to do is pick up the loose bill and the gimmick as one on the bottom like that. and then I'm going to place this loose bill on top as 5. So the technique for that is 1, 2, 3. And, you know, these bills are held loosely in your hand. Don't, the looser they are, the better, because they'll provide more camouflage. I'm going to come over, if I apply a little pressure with my left thumb, it will naturally just push the two bills kind of off as one, so to speak. And they don't have to be square when I say that. They just kind of push them off, keeping the loose bill in your hand. It just naturally happens. Try this, apply pressure and just push. It's like you're squeezing the bill. So it's like you're squeezing like this with your hand. And in doing so, it'll naturally push these bills off slightly. And what I'm going to do, 1, 2, 3, grab them from underneath. I grab them here, both together. The only thing is I hold the bills on the bottom half here so that the ones inside this gimmick don't fall out. Counting 4, and then last one 5. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bills. Very clean. And you can totally end your routine here. Pocket the bills, or if you want, you can come back, depending on your routine, totally change them into ones again, showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. So it looks exactly as the same, it's same as the regular extreme burn, except you're hiding this extra gimmick. But what's really nice about this configuration, of course, is not only can you do extreme burn without a handout, totally change the bills, change them back if you want, but without changing gimmicks or changing anything, you can totally do a handout anytime you want. So, boom, same idea. Show the bills, show them cleanly, and then, if you want, you can totally go into a position where you change the bills, boom, and then you can immediately go into a handout. Boom, take the wallet, throw them in your pocket, and boom, you're totally clean. So it's maximum flexibility with this one system. And here's a few other little subtleties you can use or choose not to use. In this explanation, I showed you the most straightforward method to get from $1 bills to 20 and a handout. So that is, boom, they change. You show that every single bill is changed. Boom, take the wallet, put it away, and that's that. That is the most straightforward way to get right into the handout. If you want to apply a little more finesse, you totally can. And here's a couple of techniques to do so. So after the change, bam, 20s. And every bill is changed. There's 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. Every single bill. Isn't that nuts? Boom. Take the wallet, put it away, and you're clean. So I threw in a couple of finesses there that you can totally use in this trick as well, and let me explain them. So over, and now I'm going to do a false count to show exactly 5 bills. So I said 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Now I'm going to show exactly 100 by taking the top bill, putting it on the bottom. And now I'm going to do a false count that's very simple. I'm going to show 1, 2, 3 single bills. The fourth bill in the pile will be a loose bill, followed by the complete gimmick, followed by a loose bill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up 1 loose bill, 2 loose bills, 3 loose bills. When I go to pick up the fourth, I'm actually going to push off with my thumb, and it's going to, just by applying a little pressure, it's going to naturally push off both the gimmick and that loose bill. And I'm going to grab both, as you'll see, just like that. Just making sure that I hold it by the bottom where all the bills are held so that they don't fall out. Counting 4, and then put this on top, counting 5. So in actual speed, it looks like this: 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. And then, of course, you go into, you show every single bill is changed, boom, and you fold the gimmick underneath. So from the beginning, it looks like this. Bam, the bills change. Check it out. Real bills. 20, 40, 60, 80, $100. Every single bill is changed. So again, maximum misdirection at the point where you're showing these bills and you do the fold over on the bottom. Because again, you've already counted them out. They see them. Attention is dipped at that point.
Now, one other little subtlety you can throw in here is this, where I go, boom. Just casually just slap the bills down like that. Again, a very bold move because I do it after I've actually folded the gimmick over. So I'm, boom, like that. All I'm doing is grabbing hold of the gimmick and the bills here and just slapping them down. It's a sound thing. Boom. It just looks so casual, just boom, that you couldn't be hiding anything. But in fact, I'm actually hiding this entire gimmick. And what I'm doing, again, you think this is a bold move, but I'll do it dead on and just boom, just looks like that. Boom. First, they only catch a fast glimpse of it. And secondly, if they do catch any glimpse of anything, it'll be this little crease here. And when you're viewing this quickly, it just looks like that is the actual crease where the bills are folded. So that's it. It's a totally casual move. Boom. And that's it. And I do it like this. Boom. So again, after you've counted the bills, blah, 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 100, every single bill has changed. Bam. It's just a nice subtlety to throw in there. And then you're still back in this position. And one final thing. Because of the way this works, you'll notice this is folded over. But in fact, the orientation looks like one complete bill. The way you set up your bills, once you fold this over, this looks like one complete bill. So all I have to do is cover the crease in the middle. In other words, if I just show the bills like this, it totally looks like it should. Just the $20 bills, because you're seeing the right orientations on either side. Just the middle's covered. So as an example, so after you've shown, look, every single bill has changed, boom, you can actually just, you don't have to run anywhere. You don't have to get rid of the gimmick right away. You can totally take your time because you're clean from all sides. Only when you're ready do you grab the wallet, throw it in your pocket, and that's that. Hey gang, and I'm referring to you as a gang. I hope if there's only one person sitting there, you're not looking around going, I hope I didn't freak you out with that. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a couple of changes. This is, you're all familiar with the underground change. If you're not, get familiar with it. I'm going to show you a couple of variations on the change that you can find useful for your own repertoire. Repertoire. Not repertoire. It's spelled that way, but you actually pronounce it repertoire. It's funny. Let's get down to the bills. So, you count them out like so. Give them a flicker. You can count the bills any way you want. Use any of the techniques on Extreme Burn. You get into get ready position. And the underground change. Everyone knows the underground change is basically you're going to move your hand down, and in doing so, the bills will change. That's what I originally explained on Extreme Burn. For the, there's two ways to really do this. One is with a light touch, and one is kind of a punchier change. So the light touch, I'm going to bring my hands up and down. I hope I don't leave camera frame. But the whole idea is this. Look, I have the bills. I just kind of shake them, and they change. It's a very light touch. It's absolutely self-working, and the bills change. So let me do that again. So here to here, and that's it. So all that's happening on the light touch is you're bringing your hand up, the gimmick flips over and comes down again. That's it, basically self-working. But it requires a broader action of coming up and down. The other one is more of almost a little bit of a whipping action. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying not to move my hand far down. I'm trying to only move maybe a space of about that much. And in that space, basically cause the gimmick to flip over. Okay? Two things are going to happen. One, the gimmick will flip over. And two, these bills will kind of flap in the wind a little bit. What I'm looking to do, what I want the spectators to see is me just going like that and the bills change. So by moving, by going down very briskly, the wind kind of kicks these up a little bit. At the same time, the gimmick flips over, so it looks a bit like that. And the bills just change. So it's just that brisk movement. You just want to go down about that much to cause the action to happen. So again, boom, like that. And the bills change. Really nice change. Here's a nice change. Take the bills, you give them a little shake, and bam, they change to 20s. So here's how we do this. You're going to hold the bills out. Now this is the same action as the underground change, in that the gimmick will flip over. But instead of going up and down to flip it over, you're actually moving out. You're kind of moving a little bit up and down, but on a, so you're doing this kind of movement, but on a, while pushing out. So what that's going to do is going to turn your gimmick over. Okay? So it's going to turn your gimmick over. But if you just did this, you may actually hurt the spectator, because you may stab him with the bills and they get a bad, you know, corner paper tear in his abdomen. So don't do that. But it's literally, if you're going to like stab your spectator with the bills, which is odd, and never do that, people. It's very embarrassing. But it's that action. So it's here, which turns it over, but you're going to bring it back and back again into a shake. So the change actually happens on the first swing out, but you're going to continue swinging to make some sort of logic of that, and then slow it down. What I like to do, I like it to be almost like a morph, like they can't quite make it out until you slow down, and then they see the change. So yeah, so you're going here, and then slow it down for the 20. Okay, so here, change happens here, but you continue this until it changes. In actual speed, it looks like this, 20s, and bam. Really pretty change. So the last technique I'd like to discuss with you is the underground change with a snap of the fingers. Now it sounds very simple, but in fact it's very nice, and it adds just enough of a touch to make this truly magical. I first saw a snap used in a build change by Tom Isaacson in a trick called Prophet. Tom uses a different technique, but he used a snap, and it adds a really nice touch to it. If you apply a snap to the underground change, it's really, really pretty, because in fact the underground change works automatically. So all you have to do is snap while you do it. And there's something about that snap which adds a real element of magic. Let's come down here and I'll tell you all about it. So of course you're just going to do the standard underground change, you know, of doing the move like that. But you're going to do it while you snap your fingers. And it looks like that. So it just makes, what the snap does, I find, is it brings a moment to the change. So it focuses all attention. It's like, boom, that moment is when the change happens. The second thing it does is it breaks it up a little bit. They're kind of focused a little bit on this hand, a little bit on this hand, and just the right blend of those two things makes the change look super magical. So again, all you're doing is snapping. The way I snap is I snap this way and move my fingers out like that. It just creates, I find, a little bit of misdirection. So when you do it together, again, boom, just looks really magical. Now, you can snap in front of the bills, kind of blocking them. Or what I found is you don't even have to snap in front of the bills. You could snap like out here. But there's just that element of the snap with the change happening. It just creates that little bit of misdirection. So even when you do this, it just looks so magical, and the bills change. So let me do that for you one more time. So here, and boom, the bills totally change. So applying a snap to the underground change is a really nice idea. Give that a try, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. About 6 to 8 months ago, someone told me about a change that they saw Bruce Servon doing on an old Japanese television show somewhere that was circulating. And I took a look and I went, oh my God. I don't know if he used an extreme burn technique for this, or a gimmick similar to that. But I looked at the technique, I examined it over and over, because I've been working on this change for such a long time. I'm very familiar with all the movements. And I don't know if this is exactly how he did it, but I'm calling this the Bruce Servon technique for now, because this is what I pieced together. But again, I'm not sure if this is the technique he used, but I'll tell you something. With extreme burn, it works like a gem. Look at this. You show the bills. For this technique, there is no get ready. You just show the bills. That's it. Watch. Just going to hold the bills here. Get ready. Boom. $20 bills. So here is the technique for the so-called Bruce Servon technique. You're going to lift the bills at the break. So boom, you come in at the break and you hold a little break there. Instead of doing the get ready, you just put your fingers right in there and hold the bills in place like this. So fingers go in from the back, fingers go in, hold the bills in place here. So I'm actually holding just these top bills. These are able to fall down on the bottom, but they're not. They're being held by my left hand. Okay? So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to release with the left hand and flick up and down. It's going to turn everything over. So I know it's hard to see here, but what it's going to do, it's going to turn all of this stuff, the weighted portion will flip over like this. Okay, so again, you're here from the side. The weighted, when I flip over, the weighted portion will flip around to this position. And now if I grab all the bills with my left hand and pull the right hand away, I'm left with the 20s in the perfect position. They're all here. Okay? So again, get in position, let go, flip everything around, take my hand away, and now it's put everything back into position to show all the bills change. So it's really, really neat the way it works. In slow motion, I'm going to toss up like this so that the weighted portion, you'll feel it, pops around like that. Take my hand away, and now you're, sorry, I missed the break because I'm doing this for the camera. Just let me open that up. So in your perfect position, boom, all the 20s. So I'm going to show you the whole thing again from the side using this technique. It looks like this. Watch. Boom. And they all change to ones. So that is the so-called Bruce Servon technique. All right, guys, we have a very big close-up on the magazine. I'm actually in position to change the bills into money at this point. But I wanted to show you a little bit of work because people tended to complain in the past that, especially with magazines, if the bills are glued together, the gimmick would protrude, would make a protrusion around the paper, and it would be obvious that there's something in the paper. This was less obvious with bills, but more obvious with pieces of magazine or paper. So I found a way around it. Number one, of course, is, I'm going to open it up, it's actually open. The new Extreme Burn gimmick is about half the thickness of the old gimmick. So right away, that takes away an issue of anything protruding through the bills. Number two, and this is the work I do on magazine clippings. You'll notice on this top piece of magazine, in other words, this would be the one that gets glued down onto this piece. There is an additional piece of magazine that I glue on top of this top piece of magazine here. So I've actually got a double thickness for this, see this square in the middle, because that will act as an additional protection. So when I do glue this down here, there is no protrusion because you've got a double thickness of paper here that will stop this from protruding through. So two factors going for you now with the new Extreme Burn 2.0 is the gimmick itself is a lot thinner, number one, and number two, for magazine clippings, this is the tip. Put an additional piece of paper over where the gimmick would go, and you will see that this really protects it well and keeps it smooth on top so that you don't have a big protrusion. The other thing that you want to do, remember when you're gluing this down, Don't put glue all over this piece and glue it down because it's going to be tight. What you want to do is you want to create like an air pocket around the gimmick. So when I'm gluing it, I'll put glue around the edge here, around the edge here, around the edge here, but look at my finger, it doesn't go much further than that. I just want to make sure that this entire surface is covered around the edges of the bill. But there's actually a pocket about this big. So it's the gimmick itself and then a little extra space on either side, up to here, where there's nothing glued there. So that creates kind of an air pocket, and it allows so that the bills are not, it's not tightly pushed against the gimmick. There's kind of an air pocket there that allows it to breathe, and it doesn't push it so much up against the piece of paper here. So when it's glued down, it's got ample space to just rest there. And those are the tips on gimmicking your magazine clippings for extreme burn. One other little tip, when you're dealing with pieces of magazine, what you want to do is you want to cut out magazine from the cover of a magazine. Why the cover? The cover is a thicker piece of magazine. That's the kind of magazine that you're going to use to make your actual gimmick. So this is the one you're going to make your extreme burn gimmick with. You're going to put the bills in, etc. That you use a cover. It's thicker, it'll last longer, and it's much more durable. For the pieces of paper inside, just use the thin pieces of paper you find in the middle of the magazine. These are very flimsy. You can replace these easily if you need to. And what's nice about them is it looks like just pieces of magazine. No one notices a discrepancy between the light piece and the heavy piece on the bottom. It just all looks like pieces of magazine. But the beauty is when you go to change it, boom, now those thin pieces are inside your gimmick, and it makes it a much thinner gimmick. So when you count the bills out, it's much more practical because now these thin bills are inside your gimmick, giving you a much thinner gimmick to handle.